Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of Ep7 as Argentina. So in previous episode we managed to pass the universal suffrage, we managed to get Ecuador into our market. So we're slowly grabbing a few nations here and there into our market. Is there... Well, there should be a pretty good shape in terms of market access there at least. And of course Uruguay is pretty decent. We have some problems ourselves, but it's not the worst. Is Cordoba still having an issue? Not really, no, it's actually 100% right now. So it's just Tucumán that is having the issues. We do need more iron, we need more ammunition, although I suppose over here the munitions plant, if we can just get some explosives. Can I make explosive factory? I could. That'd be a bit of fertilizer sulfur, but that would allow us to get explosives, especially for the mining. That could be actually quite handy. Get more resources out of the mines that we have. Not necessarily gonna start using nitroglycerin though, but once we get dynamite unlocked, that'll be quite handy. So we are still about 17 months away from getting the railways, so I'm pretty sure that that will probably happen later on this episode. Ooh, colonization of Mendoza completed. Okay, well let's go ahead and start colonizing. Actually, we'll probably need to do it through here. Establish colony in Mapuche. And Alto Paraguay, we're going to start that one soon. But that's the only three options we have right now. Well, technically speaking, I suppose 4 total, but yeah, no, we'll have that one started. It will take some time, but now this is completed, so how much do we have? We've got 70,000 people in there. Oh, and there we go, the law is progressing, the protectionism is progressing to voting, so that might get done soon. We don't have a lot of extra infrastructure in here. Oh, but we can incorporate this. Right, let's start on that one. It's going to take 2 years. That's going to give us a bit more incorporated population, which might allow us to do a slight more colonization. Probably not a huge amount, mind you, but hopefully it will help. No, Gaspar is supported to do home affairs right now. Alright then. But we don't have a lot of radicals, actually. We are slowly losing the loyalists that we gained. Oh, and there we go. The landowners, all the farm and plantation taxes are now back to the normal levels. That's good. Armed forces still need to slowly lose some of the, well, negative modifiers in there so that we won't have to pay quite as much for the military goods. The class where... Oh, general staff unlocked. Oh, hold on a minute. Doesn't that unlock the skirmish infantry? Well, we can at least go with the general training. The livestock ranchers might go for the butchering tools now everywhere. It will increase some of the labor use and also a lot more slaves, I suppose, or laborers or slaves. But I guess that's alright. But that will get us a bit more meat. And then, right, let's have a look at the military. So did we unlock skirmish infantry? We did. But that would require ammunition and small arms. Now, small arms we do have. Ammunition, less so. Like, we've got the ammunition factory over here in Uruguay, but it's not really working. It doesn't have the explosives. And, well, we are going to be building an explosive factory later on, but it's not underway quite yet. We'll first get the motor industries, then the university in a port, and then explosive factory. Grassroots support for law. 20% success chance and 10% more support for industrialists. Or 20% more law. I think I'm going to take the success chance and more support for the industrialists because those can help us quite a bit right now. As long as Intelligentsia is also happy with the migration attraction, we'll be mostly fine. Oh, Austria is bankrolling us. Well, that's quite handy. So the motor industry is done very shortly. We won't need the engines too much yet, although I suppose we could use some of them on the shipyards. Go for the reinforced wooden ships. That would require a bit more hardware as well, but the engines, it will probably allow us to get a bit more production at least. Although it would only be 35 extra clippers for all of that. I don't know if it's really worth it. Although, I suppose, how much is there that's... if we do in one of those, then I suppose it could be okay. The glasswork's been done, so that will hopefully allow us to get a bit more porcelain, and some glass as well. I'm sure that we'll need some of that. Do we have any more states with urban centers? I think it's just the 2 that we have right now, or 2 states that we have with those. Yeah, that seems to be the case. So we've got the motor industries now. Let's go ahead and switch the shipyard over here to start using the engines. Get a bit more clippers. Of course, there is a shortage of engines right now. We'll get sorted out eventually. We could probably go with the water tube boilers to reduce the manpower needed in here. And we've got protectionism now. Carbon petition completed. Excellent. Right, so let's actually have a look at the market again. So we've got a few trade routes already. The tool is not really profitable, so we can cancel that one. The paper price is not too bad, so we can probably cancel that one as well. Save us a little bit on convoys. We do still need a lot of engines, some... Actually, let's go ahead and start importing some luxury clothing. We could get a decent bit from the British market, I suppose. It wouldn't necessarily be the best profit, but maybe we'll import from France first. We'll see how that goes. If it increases the capacity or not. There we go, that's at least kind of sorted. The university is going to take a decent bit of time to complete it, but we only need 8 more months for the railways. Then, of course, we need to start building the railways, but I suppose we can already then start using the engines for the public trams to some degree, so that will help. How much engines do we even produce in here? At most, it should be 40 engines. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty decent amount, I'd say. We definitely want to get a railway in our capital, of course, for the transportation cost reduction. Oh, there we go. The armed forces is less angry at now. Chilean culture. Oh, okay. They got their own culture now. Well, good on them. And looks like Chaco is going to be completed very shortly as a colony. We got a bit of peasants in there. We do need to incorporate the state as well. To get more taxes and all that from there, but that's alright. We've got the time, and over here we still need another 14 months for the incorporation. But it looks like the situation is at least improving in a lot of places. So that is very good. And I suspect that once we get the railway, I think what we'll do, once we unlock the railways, we'll build one in Buenos Aires, then in Cordoba and in Tucumán. Oh, there we go, that's a colony completed. Can I actually start colonizing through here? Ah, okay, I can do it that way. Ah, right, so now we only got... Oh, right, Patagonia. Wait, I got a colony in Patagonia already? I don't think that's the case. I don't think we can reach that far yet. Oh, it's the same state as Mapuche, okay. So we do have a colony in there already. Well, it's a very small colony, mind you. How much do we have? We've got 2,500 people in there. It's not a lot. We got one subsistence pasture, which does provide a little bit of resources for the local population. It's not a lot, though. How much do we have infrastructure? Up to 2. So we could maybe... Well, we can't build that yet. Because we don't have enough resource quantity there. Okay. The only thing that we could build is the livestock or some sort of industry in there. We don't really want to have industry all the way there. It would be a bit of a waste right now. But we're making money. We got a bit of extra authority. So that's good. The GDP has grown back to 3 million. So we're number 44 worldwide. Good vintage. Ooh, more prestige. I would be actually... Yeah, we'll take the prestige for 5 years. It's not a huge bonus, but it is a bonus nonetheless. We just need to get the... Well, the university will be done soon. That's going to speed up some of the things. Although I think we will get the railway done before that. And after that, let's actually think. We could help with the crystal class, or we could help with some of the military stuff. Maybe the shell gun. That wouldn't actually be a bad idea. Or in the society, we could get some more stuff like the central archives. Wouldn't be too bad. Taxation capacity would go up. Not that we necessarily need taxation capacity too badly. Another one would be the modern sewage. That would allow us to have a bit more construction. And land trade would be higher. Pollution effects would be reduced. And more infrastructure per 100,000 population. Actually, yeah, we'll go over the central archives and then we'll go over the modern sewage. And after that, there's going to be a lot of other things there as well that we'll need. But that's a good start, I reckon. So the private sector is building a tooling workshop in Mendoza. And the furniture manufacturer in Cordoba. Okay, there's going to be first furniture manufacturer in there, but that's alright. So the railways will be done in about a week. Colonies to the south are still progressing okay-ish. How much do we now have population in here? We already got 3,000. And there's the rail transportation available now. So we'll just go ahead and queue up some railways to be built. Actually, it might be easier. Is that... that's probably in infrastructure. Ah, there we are. So it's under the trade lens. Yes, we'll build a railway there, a railway there, a railway there. Then maybe we would build one into the north. Or maybe we'll build... Well, Santa Fe doesn't have a shortage yet. Mendoza probably will have a shortage. So we'll start building a whole lot of railways. Oh, and now that we've got those, so we can also put in the public trams, which is going to start providing a bit of transportation at least. Reduce the transportation cost. Or price there, so that will help. And that is going to start increasing standard of living as well, I reckon. It's 11.3 right now, which is the highest that we've been on this run. And I think we might... I think by the time we reach, like, I don't know, 1880s, we might have 12 already. We do need to get rid of the slavery, though. But I think right now there would be a bit of problems when trying to pass the slavery ban. There's only the intelligentsia that support that. So yeah, there's a bit of a problem. That would radicalize the landowners as well. We'll try to get rid of it eventually, though. Can't really pass the homesteading. Colonization can probably stay on the frontier colonization. Schools, we could try going for the... Well, private schools, there would be a decent bit of support for it. And that might increase the amount of... well, it would reduce the conversion speed, I suppose. But education access... it's based on wealth, I suppose. I think the religious school is actually going to be better, but it does strengthen the Catholic Church, which can be a problem for some. We could try getting the dedicated police force, actually. That will allow us to then reduce the landowner's power a bit further. No, armed forces unhappy about that. Oh, there's the crystal class unlocked. Of course, we don't have the class available yet, or the lead in large quantities available yet. We could invite Chile into the market. They would not accept it outright, but if we owe them an obligation, we can bring them in. They got lead production, so we can start using their lead for our, or hopefully at least a little bit in the production. So if we go for the crystal class, that would reduce the wood use quite a bit, increase the lead consumption. But now that Chile is part of the market, I'm sure that their lead mines, especially down here, will start hiring a lot. Because suddenly there is demand for the lead, so they can afford producing it. They got a bit of high tool price though, so I think that might be causing a bit of issues. Central archive is about to be completed, so that's good. There's also iron, artillery, ammunition. Okay, there's a lot of shortages going on right now. And Alto Paraguay, there's yeah, okay, they're not really in a good shape. Let's have a look. So we got what? Less than 1,000 people in there. They are starving. Are they by chance? Oh, they've got nothing to work in yet. Well, we'll get a second province in there soon, so that will probably give us a bit of agricultural room. That would make sense why they are starving. Oh, there we go. Now there's a subsistence farm. So suddenly the standard of living will be increasing. Hopefully a decent bit. Still won't be great. It'll be better. So we've gotten 2 states already... No, 3 states completely colonized. Oh, debate success. There we go. 28% chance of passing that law now. So the tooling workshop is probably going to be quite handy, actually. Did we have another tooling workshop somewhere, or is it just the one that we had? I think we only had one, didn't we? Let's just double check. Yeah, we only had one. So how's the lead price looking right now? It's not too bad. Oh, there's someone exiled from Prussia. Alright then. Did we have... Yeah, we've got another glasswork over here. We'll just start using the crystal glass there. That will reduce the wood price even further. And also, just to have a bit more glass available in the market will be probably quite handy. So now there's a pretty high demand for man of wars. And, of course, ammunition, steel is in pretty high demand. We are producing some, but I suppose the iron the iron price is currently the problem there. Chile does have at least one iron mine, but I don't know if they got the tech to start using coal in there to increase the production. But we are getting the port now built in our capital. After that, it's going to be the explosive factory and then the railways. And that will start fixing a lot of the issues, I reckon. Also, I suppose, do we have transport? We've got a little bit of transportation in here, but what about in here? No, not there. Don't have any transportation production there, I reckon. Bureaucratic imbroglio. We can take 10% or minus 10% of success and plus 20% time on the enactment. Or we use a bit of bureaucracy. We'll get a bit more radical bureaucrats, but that's about it. And I think we'll take that one. Oh, and look like the Catholic Church. No, they are actually in a fairly good situation there. We are already getting almost 35,000 pops per year. We've already got on 1.6 million as well. Our GDP has grown to 3.5 million. If we have a look at the market just out of curiosity, how much are we? We're still 51% of the market, so at least that's good. Ecuador. Oh, Ecuador. Okay. They've changed their flag a little bit. Now, who would be the next nation to invite? Maybe New Granada? Would we... Well, invite to Customs Union, they would not accept that, no doubt. Yeah, it's minus 54, but is there anyone else that might be willing to join? Just out of curiosity. So Netherlands, no. And then the ones that are independent. New Granada, Paraguay is not too far off, I suppose. And Venezuela is still fairly far off. So I think it's going to be Paraguay, New Granada, and then Venezuela if we want to get everyone inside the market. Oh, there's a revolution in Poland. Okay. I didn't realize that Poland was... oh, it's just a Prussian peasant revolt in there. Okay. So yeah, input shortage of iron is starting to be pretty rough. Once we get the railways built, we'll be able to hopefully get some more... I mean, just getting the more market access in here would already help a lot. Mining accident. Oh dear. We'll get the middle strata pops become more radical. That's in Mendoza, to be fair, so it probably doesn't have that much middle class anyway. We got the tooling workshop there. That is using the steel tools already. We could probably go with the boilers to reduce the amount of workers needed. Actually, did we do that in here as well? No, we could do it, but I don't think we necessarily need to do that quite yet. Routing speech captivates the public. We'll take the 15% extra chance of passing the law. So if we can get the dedicated police force, now we'll start reducing the landowner's power even further. They've still got a decent chunk of clout there, but we can probably reduce that further soon enough. We've got quite a bit of convoys available. Okay, let's have a look at the trade routes. We've got quite a bit in there already. We could maybe try importing some more from elsewhere. Prussian market, we can get a lot from there, actually. Sure. I'll start reducing the iron price a lot, making everything else a bit cheaper to produce. And thus our GDP will go up. The radical numbers are still fair. Well, they're not that high, all things considered. It's about 1/3 of what we have loyalists. But the population will be increasing in size at a fairly decent rate. So that's good. Now, how's the incorporate? Oh, that is incorporate already. Did that increase? Probably not yet. Well, no, there has been a small increase in the amount of colonization that we do now. So it's time to get somewhere. Now, every time that we get more people, like a decent bit more people, then the colonization speed will increase and all that. So that's good. Oh, Austria's bankrolling us. Okay. Oh, Free Trade Party. Okay, so who's in which party? National Civic Union is Intelligentsia and Rural Folk. The National Autonomist Party is still the same for, and then Free Trade Party is just the Industrialists. Okay. Right now, the National Civic Union seems to be the one winning the polls. Whether they'll actually win the election or not remains to be seen. We've got the port now done and in active use in our capital. Oh, and the law is progressing to study now, so there's at least one step forward. The explosive factory is hopefully... Actually, we could use the ammonia soda process. That would increase the explosive production a lot. We'll go for that one. I don't know if it's going to be profitable for us immediately, but there is a lot of sulfur mines that the Chileans have and all that, so we'll probably be able to get quite a bit from there. Standard of living hasn't... Well, it has gone to 11.4 at some point, and we've almost got 50% literate rate already, so that's at least improving. So the nation is at least advancing, although the GDP itself hasn't really increased that much yet, but still number 42. Well, luckily, Austria is bankrolling us every now and then, apparently. They probably just want to get a obligation from me or something. Speaking of which, how strong is Austria? They've still got pretty good areas there. Ottomans are having a bit of revolt there. Greece is still at least alive. Italy has not formed yet. Prussia is still having the revolution there, so that might take a while before all of that is sorted out. Heavenly Kingdom is still separate from Great Qing. Not too much going over here in Ethiopia yet. There's been a little bit fighting, I suppose. She was taken... well, I don't remember what's in the corner there. Anyway, they're taking a little bit of land there. And there we go, the law is progressing further. Oh, right, I did notice that USA has taken majority of the sort of modern-day border with Mexico already, but they've still got a little bit areas in here in the west that they need to clear out. They're hopefully going to... Well, I don't know if it's hopefully or not, but eventually they might be getting all of that. We do have quite a bit of influence. Let's think about this. So if we want to get Paraguay as a friendly nation, we could propose trade agreement. But that would require... no, probably not yet. So United Customs Unit is still minus 43. I believe we need to get to like 30 before we can offer an obligation there. How's the population at capital now? It's already close to 900,000. That's just increasing more and more. Oh, and we got a new president. So it was the National Civic Union. Oh, wow, that got 2/3 of the votes there. Okay, let's reform the government. We're going to go for full 100% legitimacy there. It will reduce the chance of passing the dedicated police force, perhaps, but at the same time, intelligence now has 22% clout there, so that's actually really handy, which might allow us to maybe, just maybe, pass the slavery ban. The landowners would still be radicalized by that, to be fair, which is not necessarily something that we want to do quite yet, but I suppose that landowners will eventually get over it, I suppose. We're getting the furniture manufacturer in Mendoza, and after that, oh, there's the dedicated police force. What we could even do is go ahead and increase that law enforcement now a bit further. And Home Affairs, that would be more conscription. We could probably increase that as well, actually. So there we go, that will help a little bit. We've still got a decent bit of bureaucracy, although how much do we need per level? It's 16. So we... Oh, did we get the Central Archives yet? I think we did, actually. Didn't that allow us to get the... standardized filing cabinets? Yes, it does. That's a lot of bureaucracy. We will do it. It will cost us a bit more. We'll need a bit more paper as well. Although the paper situation isn't the worst. Could be better, but well, I suppose it's not the worst in our capital, but everywhere else it could be a bit worse. So the money is going a little bit up and down. We don't have any authorities to put in extra taxes, but I suppose what we could do is we could remove some more of the encouragement things. Although this one, agriculture is over there pretty good. Over here, we don't really need that much agriculture encouragement, quite frankly. So we could maybe put in like one consumption tax. Tobacco tax seems to be quite profitable, so we'll go with that. So there we go. That's one more thing set up there. Explosive factory is still going to take quite a while to be built. I don't really want to increase the construction speed too much because, again, other than our capital, there's not really, or capital and a little bit in Cordoba, there's not that, well, actually, yeah, Cordoba does have a decent bit of, oh, shell guns unlocked. There we go. I don't suppose we've got any artillery foundries. No, we've got the small arms over here. That's about it. So I don't have artillery foundries. There might be a bit of logistics spreading. Might be a bit of requirement for getting artillery. Well, there's artillery foundry in Uruguay, actually, which is providing a little bit of production. They got the smoothbores already, so I suppose that helps them. And they're providing the artillery for the entire market, I reckon. We're importing a little bit luxury clothing. I think what we're going to do, we'll start importing another set of clothing, a little bit from Britain. So that way we can get some of those luxury needs met a bit easier. And, you know, it might improve the standard of living, at least on the higher end. Not necessarily too much on the lower end, to be fair. So have we increased the... No, the colonization speed hasn't really increased quite yet. But again, we haven't gained that much new population yet either. There we go, literacy rate is already over 50%. Standard of living is coming along quite nicely. So if we have a look at the market, we do not have 50% of the South America yet, by any stretch of imagination. But once we do the colonization to the south and all that, and over here, and then if we can get Granada and Paraguay in, that might be close to 50% already. Now, how are we doing on the prestige side of things? I'm pretty sure that Brazil's got 160, Peru Bolivia's got 146. But I'm pretty sure that after that, we are the highest South American nation. Yeah, there we are. Alright then, I mean, it's not the worst. I'm sure that we can improve that over time as well. Especially with the GDP increasing and all that, that will help. And is the munitions plant, it's still not active because there's no explosives production yet in our market. Oh, Armed Forces is actually happy again. Well, then they're lovely. Right, so we could try passing another law. So the legacy slavery, that's 22% chance, but that would radicalize landowners. That might cause a civil war. So I'd rather not do that yet. The schools may be tenant farming, so homesteading, that's got 18% chance, but that would also radicalize the landowners. So we need to go slowly on all of these. We'll keep professional army. Oh, hold on a minute. We could remove the censorship. Go for rights of assembly. That would still have a lot of opposition from the sort of more conservative party there. But a lot of the other factions do support this. That would allow the tech spread to be a bit larger. Oh, input shortage of manor wars. I don't suppose anyone is producing it. I guess that could be one of the things that we could build up in our capital. Just get a military shipyard in there. At some point, it's going to take a while before we get to that, to be fair. So the private sector is building a textile mill and then a wheat farm. Okay. Is there infrastructure in here? Debatable. We are going to get a railway in there, at least. And market access, yeah, it's starting to get pretty bad on some other areas. Manor wars, ammunition, and clipper price is also pretty high. I suppose we could put in the reinforced ship production in here to get... Oh, but there's not enough workers in here. Well, I suppose it does also mean that there's not a lot of demand for the production. But yeah, there's just not enough workers in the state at all. I suppose the standard of living is okay in there. The population is increasing. There's actually some migration coming in here. What is sort of population? Oh, okay. Guarani, some North Andean, and Afro-Carabiner, and, oh, campaign banquets. We get 10% success chance and minus 10% enactment time. That would be quite handy. Oh, that's some money flowing into politics, you say? No, we'll just go with the... We don't really want to have the grifter. I think that could be a bit of problematic trait later on, although I don't remember what exactly it gives. That's alright. So the artillery the explosive factory is going to be done in 16 weeks. The modern sewers is in 6 months. That's actually coming along a lot faster than I expected. In production, we're getting the mechanized workshop, which is going to allow us to get more clothing production. And some furniture production. That would be quite handy. The baking powder would also be quite handy to do at some point. Am I the only one that produces groceries right now? We only got the level 1 over here, so that's 90... Oh, it's 114. And that is all the... Okay, so yeah, I'm the only one producing groceries right now. Pot stills could be still kind of handy at some point, but the liquor price is still fairly small overall. So we don't really need to worry about that one yet. I do actually wonder, how large of a market is this? Oh, sick leave. The lengthy speech by Gaspar took a wild turn after consuming tainted drink. When his incapacitation, the government has lost one of its most effective advocates for the rights of the assembly. So we can take minus 15% success chance. Petit bourgeoisie become more loyalist. We'll take 7% success, or minus 7% success chance, and potential assassination. It gets wounded instead of food poisoning. You know, we'll take that one. Just for the heck of it. Oh, there we go. Law enforcement increased to level 2, and home affairs increased to level 2. So now we could have a bit more conscript battalions, maybe. Probably not too much more, but it's better than nothing. We've got 1.75 million already in population, so that is definitely increasing. And I suspect that now that we are kind of the leading... Well, the market is increasing and all that, there might be a lot of people moving in from elsewhere. Language in the classrooms. We should teach them to speak the proper language, I think. It will cause a bit more radicals. And a man in demand. Ecuador is calling in the obligation we owe them by requesting our commander Nicanor Caceres. You know what? We no longer owe the obligation there. We're going to hire a new general. I'm not too worried about it. Armed forces, that would be... Oh, cautious and pillager. Innovative could be quite handy. No, still a landowner or offensive planner and cruel. I think we'll take the innovative. That does mean that landowners get a bit more popularity and all that, but it's alright. I want to keep at least 2 generals in the army. Or not that we literally need them right now in terms of the capacity of commanding, but I think it's still going to be good enough. The explosive factory is done, so that should allow us to start getting a little bit more munitions into the market as well. Lack of enforcement. We lose a bit of authority, or we get more enactment time. Universal political strength. Oh. So, an anonymous figure within the police force has measured a list of officers who allegedly sympathize with Gaspar's cause. According to the letter, these officers have quietly refused to carry out censorship duties. I will progress it by 1. That does mean that we have a little bit less authority, but I think that will get sorted out over time. Or once we pass the law, that should return to us. At least, actually, it won't really return to us, does it? Because the censorship gives 100, this one gives 50. So we may need to just go ahead and... Once we get the railways built, I suppose we are building one in our capital right now. So once that is built... How long does it take, actually? Oh, quite a while. It may not have started construction with full speed yet, I suppose. No, it's still going to take a while. Oh, it's 800. Oh, I didn't realize it's that expensive. Well, in that case, it might actually be time to get another construction sector, or start switching these to use iron frame building. We will have a bit of iron imported. That'll probably be fine. We had another one over here, didn't we? So actually, it's probably easier if we just go through here and put everything on the iron frame building. The iron price will go up, but at the same time we can construct it a lot faster, which means that we'll get the railways done. I think over here we don't really need the infrastructure boost anymore. It's only 10% anyway, and we'll have the railway built there in due time. It will cause a bit of an upset for the time being, but we'll get that sorted out later on. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.